Hey guys, it's Quentin. It's been a while since I made a video, so let's just hop right back into it. So today I'm going to be reviewing the ARB dual compressor. I don't know if that's the right title or not. Anyway, you know which ARB compressor I'm talking about. This one's available on Ultimate Off-Road it's available on 4-wheel drive for, I want to say, about $500. I know it's pretty expensive. But alright, so a lot of people ask about placement of this compressor. We'll start with that right off the bat, because placing this good-sized compressor is kind of a task. A lot of people put them under their hoods, some put it underneath their vehicle. Both those areas are, they're alright. The only problem is with putting it under your hood is that you are exposing it to a lot of heat. It's a lot of temperature under your hood. I mean, your engine gets pretty freaking hot. And so you can trip out the temperature sensor on that compressor while you're using it long before the compressor actually overheats, or you heat up faster. So I really don't want to go with under the hood. I actually even tried, but let me pop the hood and I'll show you that there's some problems with mounting it under the hood because of space restrictions because of the brake booster. Alright, see what I wanted to do is I wanted to put it, see if you can get in here. Right, I want to put it right on this extra battery plate right here, underneath the brake booster and right beside the windshield washer motor. Now I've seen a lot of people relocate these objects and put it right here. I really didn't want to do something that's extravagant. I just wanted to put it right there. And that was a no-go. It really does not fit. I've seen someone make it fit. I've seen how they did it. It seemed like a lot of extra work. They moved a lot of things around, especially since you got these. I want to say these are brake cables right here. Yeah, these are brake cables right here, which you kind of have to push out of the way. And I really didn't want to mess up my brakes by any kind of chance. You even have to move this wiring loom. That was a big pain. Then I just thought that, you know what, that's too much temperature under the hood anyway. Let's just skip that. I'm like, okay, what about underneath the vehicle? People are like, well, you can put it underneath your vehicle. Yeah, there's a lot of space underneath there. You can mount it up almost anywhere. The only problem is, now you're exposing it to an excessive amount of dirt or sand. Where I live, it's sand. If someone lives somewhere else, mud. And mud is hell on a lot of things, especially a compressor. Yeah, the compressor's airtight, which makes it, it's weather resistant and all that good stuff. But I mean, do you really want to push it? So that was out for me. So what I ended up finally doing was I ended up putting it right here behind the driver's seat. I'll have the cameraman get in here and I get you a good look at it. And the way I mounted it, I made sure to put the air filters a little closer to that edge right there, so that when I do have a passenger back there, they don't really break the air filters, because the air filters are plastic, but the rest of it's metal and has this hard sheet right here, and all that stuff's good to stand on. And I ran the wires right here and just kind of ran them beside the door and out through the firewall up to the battery. I did have to extend the wires, and I kind of did it a getaway. I mean, I kind of just twisted the copper filaments together and electrical taped them real heavily. People told me to, solder them together. I tried with my soldering iron. It just was not bonding. I'm not too electrically inclined, so I'm pretty sure there's a much better way to make that, because when you're dealing with the air compressor, you want to get the most pressure out of it. You want to have the shortest cables, pretty much the least resistance. So a longer cable and any connections you have is resistance. Resistance means you're losing power and you're losing airflow to your compressor. How dramatically, I'm not sure. So always keep that in mind. But installing it, I mean, here, pretty simple. Just drill holes and bolt it from the bottom. Make sure that you make a template out of some cardboard or something that you can line it up just right. So you don't have to have the compressor and try to mark it that way. I mean, be smart about it. Make a template. That's kind of my little quirks about installing it. As for the review, this compressor is absolutely badass. I mean, it airs with these tires, which are 33 by 12.5s, Yokohamas. These are a pretty good sized tire. Now, I run these at 25 pounds on the road, and I have automatic tire deflators that take them down to about 11. So to inflate these from trail pressure, which is about 10-11 pounds, up to road pressure, which is 25, it only takes about a minute 10 seconds, and it airs them up very quickly.
It took about 5 minutes when we aired up the other day. Took about 5 minutes to do the whole entire thing.
Yeah, about 5 minutes to do the entire, 4 or 5 minutes to do the entire thing, and that's moving around and everything. And I did get like the accessory pack that came with that you can guys buy separately, which it comes with a nice hose and a couple attachments that you can use. I mean, you really don't have to go that far. I just did it because, you know, why not? Like I said, so airing up these tires. Now for dead flat, I don't know. For car tires, I've aired up a car tire dead flat to road pressure in about 30 seconds. That compressor puts out a lot. I want to say, well, I think if I got my numbers right, it puts out 125 PSI. Now, you can run air tools on it. I have ran air tools on it. There is just one kicker. You really have to have an air tank to run air tools. If you don't have an air tank, it's not going to really work right. I mean, all you will have is line pressure. The second you use up the line pressure, you're done. So I did install an air tank on it, which I did install underneath the vehicle. That's why if you look back in here, this hose right here, I drilled a hole through the floorboards, and it went down there. I siliconed it shut so no water if I accidentally got underwater. Now, like I said, I don't want to put the compressor down there because that's exposing it to a lot. But an air tank, even if I bust that out when I'm rock crawling, yeah, the air tank I got from Viair for about 50 bucks. But here's the thing. I'd rather bust the air tank than to bust the compressor. And I don't keep the air tank full of pressure, so I don't have to worry about it exploding. Now, Mac will show you where I put the air tank directly underneath here. Here's where I put the air tank, and I just mounted it pretty much directly up underneath the compressor. And you see I have two lines. I ran two air lines. I ran one to the rear, one to the front, just, you know, because, you know, I could. I used pretty much just standard air hosing lines to run to my connectors. And they've been holding up well. It's been there for almost a good while. Here's my front. Here's the front connector on it. This head right here. I'll take this balloon off. I have this here to keep dirt, water, and everything else out of there. And this is actually my girlfriend's idea. It's freaking genius. This is the connector that comes with the air kit, and it's really cool because you can just push a connection in there. You don't have to hold it back like typical air connectors. I ran up here. I made this bracket right here out of sheet metal, and I just attached it to the bolt that's on the winch plate. Ran that up. And that's very simple to do your running the lines in the back air line. I just kind of zip tied it right here. I really don't have a fancy bracket for it yet because, it is staying still. It's not hurting nothing. Yes, I use zip ties. I'm pretty sure that you guys could come up with a much, much better solution. But, by all means, it works for me. So if you guys want to do it more professionally, go for it. If you have any suggestions for me, go for it. I'm always open to suggestions. But so all in all, using this compressor, I have an air tank on it. I mean, this thing, it kicks a lot of ass. It does. So if you want a really good compressor and you're willing to spend out some money and a good chunk of your time to install it and everything, do it. Oh, I probably should mention about routing the switch. I did a couple other videos on this, so I'm just going to touch it real quick. If you want to notice about the switch, I do have a couple other videos on that where I have the dash torn apart and I showed you that. So I'm just going to touch it real quick. This is where I put the switch. And I routed the electricity. I spliced it into the cigarette lighter. So the key has to be on to use the compressor. That way it doesn't kill your battery. I guess one more thing. If you use this compressor, it has a huge amp draw. Have your vehicle running. I made the mistake of not having my vehicle run, and I almost wasn't able to start my vehicle. It barely cranked over. So have your vehicle running while you use the compressor. Yeah, you're burning up gas, but you can air up all your tires in a minute. So that's not going to kill too much gas. Or 4 minutes. So it's not going to kill much gas. So if you guys have any questions about the compressor at all, I haven't routed any wires. It's been a long time since I installed it, but I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Any suggestions, go for it. Other than that, keep it a Jeep.